and the security situation in Syria, do you expect this ceasefire to hold?
Yes, I expect the ceasefire to hold because there is almost like a consensus internationally to have a unified Syria, also have a stable Syria, stable region, because the region suffered from this kind of instabilities, civil wars, military coups, migration, all kinds of problems. Now there is a big push for stability, and of course Israel is trying to do the opposite, but the international community, the regional countries like Arab countries, Turkey, and Europeans, they want stability in the region. And also, Syrian people suffered so long, so they deserve a better life. So people understand this, and there is a big willpower inside Syria also to maintain the unity and stability. I hope it holds. I hope there is enough, wise people in both sides, especially in the Druze community. Some of the leaderships they go with Israel, but I think there is enough majority to force them to accept a ceasefire and also live a peaceful Syria.
Indeed, but this outbreak of violence clearly is a threat to post-war recovery. I mean, can al-Shara longer term be able to unite the country given these deep divisions that exist and, of course, the number of armed groups?
I think he can. He has the experience. He was hardened by the wars of, Syrian civil war and revolution. So he has the experience. He has also manpower and some military equipment to deal with this problem because the Druze community is not a major community. They have, of course, their rights and they have their own international supports, but the Syrian military was advancing despite the Israeli attacks yesterday, and they can handle this militarily, but they chose, as Mr. Shara told yesterday, they chose the peace over conflict, and I think there is a room for peace, and there are partners also like Turkey, Qatar, even the United States are, or Trump administration are on the side of peaceful negotiation and peaceful resolution, and there is hope. And Shara can, I mean, the Shara government, Shara administration, I think they can do it either way, and they choose gladly. They choose the peaceful way first, and I think there is a support internally and externally for this track.
Yeah, well, internal threats we have seen, external threats we've seen as well. You mentioned it yourself, Israel. Do you expect Israel, given that it appears to view al-Shara's government as a threat, do you expect Israel to continue trying to build alliances with some of these minority groups that may feel alienated by Shara's government?
I mean, they are trying for a long time. They always provoke the minorities against the majorities, but as we know, the majority of the people in the region, lack of democracy is the main problem. So the majority has a common sense, majority has a kind of a wisdom, and they know they suffer too long, and they don't want to also fall into internal trap of the internal conflicts. And I think the Druze community know that the other communities, Israel is also trying to provoke the Kurds, the PKK and the SDG. They are, Turkey had a resolution or kind of reconciliation with the Kurds, but Israel and some other powers, they are trying to seduce the Kurds in northern Iraq. They say, don't go with the peaceful solution, and they will try to play the card of minorities to instigate some conflicts and try to gain, allies inside. But I think the region went through so many issues. I think it's time for stability, and also the peace has a lot of allies too. So it's not one-sided. Of course, power matters, and military power, media power, also economic power, but the power of the people's to survive, to live in peaceful environment, prosperous, developed. I mean, Syria has a lot of potential also. Syria is not a poor country, has natural resources, human resources. If they have stability, and this was the beginning. I mean, the sad part is, the international recognition is completed for the Syrian government, new Syrian government. Also, the sanctions were almost all of them, canceled. And now also humanitarian aid, developmental aid was began to come in, and Israel is, making a big injustice to Syria to depict the country as an unstable or a dangerous place. So this is like one of the damages that they are inflicting on Syria.